So my friend and I decided to do a bit of an impromptu Latias duo. So yeah, here I am just messaging him saying I think we don't want thunder. But the other moves are fine. And yeah, so we just thought we'd wing it really, which is not really the way you do max battles, but I've played with Chris for years. He's an exceptionally good challenge raider and I trust him. So yeah, so we're both starting off with Zacian. I believe we've both got the level 50 Zacian. And yeah, not doing any charge moves. I missed that dodge. Really embarrassing. I swiped too late. So my Metagross took full damage. And because I saw that target psychic, what I wanted to do was put shields up on Metagross during this first phase, because Metagross is the best anti-psychic tank we have. It double resists psychic. And I just wanted to make sure that the psychics could be drawn to the Metagross. But obviously it decides to do a large attack here rather than target. So we need to find out what that is, and it's Outrage, so I swap in my Zacian. So at this point, I know I don't want shields on my Zacian really, because actually Outrage onto Zacian is brilliant. Not using too many charge moves, but we can use the odd one here and there when it means that we're not going to take an additional attack. So at that point, I felt fairly safe to just click that Behemoth Blade. And here, because I've got my shields up on Metagross, we know that we've got a good move set. I'm now just going to attack. And yeah, you see it's kind of a sad amount of damage that's happening there. But it's okay, we will persevere. And here you can see Chris has got Zamazenta. Now Zamazenta, obviously it comes in with a shield, that's its special ability, which normally is brilliant, but that just means he's drawing target psychic onto a Pokemon that actually only takes neutral damage from psychic. It doesn't resist it because it's fighting and steel. So yeah, so that's kind of, it's not quite as good at tanking psychics as Metagross is, but still a fantastic Pokemon. Definitely not a bad thing to bring in these battles, but Metagross is just the bulkiest thing against psychic that we have. So this phase, I think we're both in with Gigantamax Gengar, and the damage is huge. Big chunks of damage going through there. So I think at this point we're both like, we don't really want to be targeted, but poor Chris was targeted anyway. And he's swapped in his Zamazenta for it. And then we get the Outrage coming. And actually we managed to avoid that even with my charge move click there, because I got the orb. So that was really lucky. We avoided that damage. And because of that, back in with the Gengar, just attack. I think Chris here, he's got his Zamazenta in, so he's topping up shields. And we're almost at the halfway point. Chris has lost one Pokemon, sadly. So we're down to 5 remaining. But I think we're still in a relatively good position. My Zacian's really healthy. We know that we've got Outrage, which is fantastic for Zacian users. And I think we avoid this Outrage too. Yes, we do. So again, back in with the Gengar, just hit it. Do as much damage as we can. And yeah, we're both in with Gengar for this phase, so you can see the big chunks of damage when we both attack with Gengar. That's quite satisfying, and it makes you feel like you're really getting somewhere. I'm not clicking shadow balls. It's quite a long duration move, takes 3 seconds. It's better to do 6 shadow claws. And the only reason why I've got the Gengar in is just because I haven't taken the time to swap to the Zacian. Basically, I want my unshielded Pokemon in because I want Outrages, but it does mean Chris is getting somewhat hammered, which is not great. So now he's down to just Gengar, so all we can do is attack here. And this will be the last phase where Chris is joining me, I think. Unless his Gengar manages to avoid being targeted this time. But no, we've got Outrage, so poor Gengar. I don't think Gengar lives in Outrage. Nope. So now I'm on my own, but Chris is going to charge up the meter for me, so it's fine. Get the orb. The Outrage is fairly safe, so I'm just going to swap in my Gengar again. I've got to just attack because I need to kill it before it gets desperate, and then the attacks get stronger and it just one-shot kills everything. So yeah, it's kind of a race against the clock now, but it's really close to being dead, so it's fine. And since I'm on my own now, I can use the Behemoth Blade. It kind of doesn't matter. When you're doing it solo, it's much closer. And here we go, we've got the Latias is getting desperate message. So, but I managed to make it to the max phase, swap in my Gengar. And since it's quite low health, I should be able to finish it off now. With 3 hits, hopefully it, yes, it should die now. There we go. So we didn't like do any planning really. We'd been doing some Latios together with friends, and yeah, just I was like, do you have any Latias? So he went over and found one of those, and we decided to do it. So it was pretty good. We did it first try. It didn't take us very long. So yeah, pretty fun. I think we did quite well.